Hello, my beautiful soul family, and welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday. The video looks different than the original picture I posted because when I took that picture, it was sunny outside and it's dark now, so I had to move. So if the background looks a little different, that's why. So the whole idea behind Pick a Stack Wednesday is you think of an issue that you have in your life, or a question or an idea that you have, and then you choose one of these stacks. Each stack has a card from 3 different Oracle and Tarot decks, plus it has a crystal. So if you haven't thought of your issue, idea, or question, do that now, and then choose your stack. You can always stop the video and start it back up. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the reading for each one of these stacks. And I will post the times for each stack in the description below the video. So if you want to just skip to the stack that you chose, you can very easily do that. All right. So let's get started. Keep in mind these readings are very general. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. You can choose whatever does resonate with you and throw away the rest. And you can always contact us for a private reading. We do those most evenings. All right, let's get started with stack number 1, which has a Snowflake Obsidian. Today, Spirit told me to choose heart-shaped stones. So this is a heart-shaped Snowflake Obsidian, and very obviously it's called Snowflake Obsidian because it has little snowflakes on it. And these are natural. These are not painted on. So if you chose stack number 1, your stone is Snowflake Obsidian, and I will read the card. Whenever you purchase crystals from my shop, you always get an information card because information is awesome. So obsidian is very protective. It's excellent for removing negativity. It is also excellent protection against psychic attacks. And if you don't know what that is, that's another whole topic. Snowflake Obsidian can provide balance during times of change and stress. It aids in seeing patterns in life and recreating them in a more beneficial way. It is a stone of serenity and purity. It is also associated with the root chakra, and that root chakra is at your base. That's the home, safety, security, the base things that we need to survive in life. It's beneficial for veins, the skeleton, and smooth skin. It gives protection from physical and emotional harm. So this is a really good one to keep in your pocket or wear as some kind of jewelry, pendant, bracelet, etc. So this is Snowflake Obsidian. All right, I am just going to set that over here. And we are going to start with your first card. The first card is from the Archangel deck by Doreen Virtue. And it is the 5 of Ariel. I'm just going to let you see that. The 5 of Ariel says you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. And negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. So the 5 in any of the suits is right in the middle because it goes from ace to 10. And 5 is that on the fence kind of place of being. It means I haven't really decided. Am I going left? Am I going right? Am I leaving? Am I staying? Is it going to be green? Is it going to be black? So wherever you are in the issue in your life or the idea or the question, right now it seems like you're on the fence. If you look at the picture, Ariel is in the middle and she's got 2 of these mandalas on this side and 2 on the other side. And there's one here in the middle above her head, but it's way in the background. So there's that. I'm in between. I haven't chosen which way I'm going to go yet. But what this card says is ask for help. So if I place myself in her position, she's looking this way towards you. We don't see who's over here. There could be one person or other people that she could be asking for help. And she hasn't asked for help yet. Now, keep in mind that in this age that we're in, we don't have to do everything ourselves. We don't. We might choose to, but that's not necessarily the right thing to do every single time. I should know I like to do things myself, and I'm hard-headed and stubborn that way. But there are times when it's prudent for us to say, okay, you know what? This thing I can't do by myself. I need to ask somebody for help, whether it's a physical thing, an emotional thing, or what. So this is saying it's okay to ask for help. And when we put it out there, our guides and angels and archangels and creator, they listen. So when we ask them for help, they send somebody in to help us. All of a sudden, somebody just shows up and says, hey, what can I do to help you? Your job is not to say, oh, no, that's okay, I got this. In this case, if you chose this stack, it's okay for you to ask for help. So if somebody offers, maybe it's time that you say, yeah, you know what? I could really use help with whatever. So it's okay to say, yes, I need some help. Now, the other part of this card is, because she's on the fence, she's between the two paths. If you are worried or living in fear about something, you're going to manifest that. So cut it out. Let's turn everything around, find the silver lining in the cloud, and be positive. Because every single event in our lives can be positive. It's all in how you receive it. Okay? There's always a silver lining in the cloud. Every single time. Every single time. Not just most of the time. Every single time. And if you ever want to get into that discussion with me, that's another whole discussion. That'll take a while. But I'll convince you. I promise. So, first card is the Five of Ariel. The second card is from the Celtic Dragon Tarot by DJ Conway. And it is the Nine of Swords. Can you see that? The Nine of Swords. So the suit goes from Ace to 10. The 9, if you think about it, is close to the end. 10 is the culmination of everything. So you're close to the end. And if you look at the picture, and I always tell people when I teach classes, how does the picture make you feel? Let's just describe the picture. You have a man sitting on a large boulder with two dragons behind him and all these swords laying in front of him. And he's got his head in his hands. Now, the first thing that I noticed is look at the dragons. You don't even need to see them up close, but they form a heart. You see that? They form a heart right over the top of his head. And these dragons, they're not menacing. It's like they're his supporters. They're there for him. And he's looking down at all these swords. Now, are they his swords? Did he steal them? Did he take them forcibly? Usually back in the old days when you got a new sword, it's because you killed the guy that had it. So having that many swords, is he wondering about all the things that he had to get, all the things that he had to do to get where he's at now? Maybe, because he's holding his head in his hands. He's so focused on what's down here. He doesn't even pay attention to these dragons behind him. So if you're thinking about the things that you've done to get to where you are, or let me turn that around. If you're focusing on all the things that other people did to you, in your mind, to get you where you are now. You're not looking at the right things. Stop looking at the past. This is the past. The past is how he got all those swords. Stop worrying about that. That's in the past. Learn from the past. Move on from the past. Pick your head up. Learn from this and move forward, because this is the 9. The 10 is the culmination. You're just about there, and you're so worried about everything that's happened, last week, last year, and the whole rest of your lifetime, that you're not paying attention to what's right here in front. So if we are in front of this man, he doesn't even see us. So pick your head up, know that you're almost done with whatever cycle you're going through, and focus on the positive. That other card said, negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. I think this is pretty much the culmination of that. So pick up your head and start focusing on the positive, because you're just about there. Okay? The third card for you is from Jamie Sam's Animal Medicine Cards deck, and it is the mouse. Now, it's card number 20. And look at that little mouse. Can you see that little mouse? Look at how cute he is. It's funny because the last few weeks we've had lots of horses and mice. I think we had a mouse last week, and I was talking about cheese. So let's check out what the book says about the mouse. The mouse says, I will touch everything with my whiskers in order to know it. Paradoxically, this is both a great power and a great weakness. It is good medicine to see up close. It is good medicine to pay attention to detail. But it is bad medicine to chew every little thing to pieces. And most of us have had a mouse in our house at one point in time, or know somebody that's had a mouse. I used to have a farm. We had mice all the time. So annoying. Yes, they're really cute when they're like this, or when they're in children's books. But when they're in your pantry and they've just eaten your entire bag of cashews, that can be annoying. Especially, I love cashews and they're expensive. So the fact that they ate my whole bag of cashews, yeah, not really happy about that. So mouse people anger other medicine types because they appear to be very nitpicky. Now, if we look at those other cards, the 5 of Ariel and the 9 of Swords, and then we have the mouse. The mouse is saying, you're being nitpicky about all those swords that you acquired. You're being nitpicky about all those thoughts in your head from the past. You're being nitpicky about those things that other people did to you, that happened to you. You're not a victim. This is not, your life is not supposed to be about a victim mentality. You are very powerful. You're not a victim unless you choose to be a victim. So mouse is telling us to not be a victim. They can get away really fast. They can go places where other people, other beings, other creatures can't. So this is all about seeing the larger picture. If these other 2 cards are telling the story of what's going on in your life, the mouse is the affirmation saying, hey, pick which way you want to go. Stop worrying about the past and how you acquired all those swords, because you already acquired them, okay? You either need to return some or do something good with them, but stop worrying about those pesky little details. Move on. Let's look at the positive. Let's look at the silver lining in the cloud. What's the silver lining in the cloud? Well, the mouse can move on to somebody else's house. The mouse can eat some better food. Maybe the neighbors have better cheese. You know, tell the mouse that. Hey, you know, they have brie over at the neighbor's house. Get off the fence. So make a decision. Pick a path. All right? So if you chose stack number 1, this is all about pick your path. Stop worrying about the past. You got your protection. If you don't know how to protect yourself from psychic attacks, ask. And you can always ask others for whatever kind of help you need. That's why we're all here on this planet, is to help each other. We're just walking each other home, baby. So ask for help. But get off the fence, and whatever it is that you need to be doing, do it. This is your affirmation. Get her done. I know I said that last week, but it makes me laugh. All right. So, stack number 2. If you chose stack number 2, excuse me, it's really dry in here. And I've talked a lot today. If you chose stack number 2, your crystal is the amethyst. And today I chose these beautiful heart-shaped stones. So this is actually like a chevron amethyst. They have white and amethyst in them. And if you chose stack number 2, the amethyst is considered the master healing stone. It's extremely powerful and protective with a very high spiritual vibration. And usually when people like amethyst, they also like rose quartz, clear quartz. They like the quartz family. Amethyst is one of the most spiritual crystals, promoting love of the divine, selflessness, and spiritual wisdom. It activates the crown chakra. It can also activate the third eye chakra as well. It can increase a sense of responsibility and self-worth. And if you sleep with it, it could potentially facilitate out-of-body experiences and intuitive or lucid dreams. Amethyst can aid with headaches, insomnia, addiction recovery, blood, pain, stress, tension, bruising, injuries, skin, respiratory, and intestinal issues. So a lot of different issues. It helps to cleanse the aura and balances and connects physical, mental, and emotional bodies to the spiritual body. Plus, it's lovely. Okay, I'm going to set that right there. And your first card from the Archangel deck by Doreen Virtue is the Page of Raphael. I'm going to put that up closer for you. Trying to get rid of the glare. There we go. Okay. The Page of Raphael. Raphael in this deck is very earthy. And the page is the messenger or a message. It says a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social invitations, and great intuitive insights. So what I always tell people is, how does the picture on the card make you feel? There's a woman sitting here on a carpet, and in my mind, because of the background, it's a magic carpet. And who doesn't want a magic carpet? You have Raphael in the background, in the sky, hovering over. He's the one bringing the message. Now, Raphael is the healer. He is the healing archangel. And he's bringing us a message that is going to heal, I feel like, your heart. Interestingly, that, this stack has a master healer crystal of amethyst, and Raphael is bringing a message of healing. But I feel like it's an emotional healing, not a physical healing, that is what you need. This may not resonate with everybody. There are people out there that need physical healings, but all of our physical issues come from emotional issues that we're going through. So you heal the emotional issue, the physical issue just kind of falls right in place and kind of heals itself. Now, this woman is wrapped in blue. Can you see she's got like a blue scarf around her? Blue is the throat chakra. So throat chakra, that's all about creativity and communication. So maybe is there somebody that you need to say something to? Or somebody needs to say something to you? Or you need to have a two-way communication about emotional issues? If you chose this stack, that might be something that you need to look into. Maybe you need better communication to help heal both of your hearts. Okay. It is really dry in here. I apologize. Plus I have 2 candles right under me. All right, the next card is from the Celtic Dragon deck by DJ Conway. The 9 of Pentacles. I love this card. This is just like, oh, I'm so calm and content and happy. I'm sitting outside. I've got my favorite dragon friend here with me. Look at the way he's laying there. He's just, his body language is very relaxed. And he's got his eyes closed and he's looking up. And you've got all these other little creatures. I was going to say, let's see, there's a mouse from stack number 1. There's a little squirrel looking thing. There's a pair of wolves in the background. There's a bunny. There's some birds. So everybody's getting along. Everybody's content. And the 9 is close to the 10. The 10 is the culmination. It's the goal. It's the happily ever after. Pentacles are material things. So this dragon and this person here are content because they've got all the things that they could possibly need. They have everything. All the tools they need to grow, all the people in their life that can help them with whatever they need help with. They've got everything. And not only do they have everything, but just looking at his face, he's grateful. He's not just content. He's grateful. So this is appreciating what you do have. Now, keep in mind that when we are grateful for something and appreciative, we also need to be appreciative and grateful for the things we don't have, the things we've been spared. So if you have everything like the 9 of Pentacles says you do, it means you don't have to deal with bushfires and you don't have to deal with anything with poverty, and you don't have to deal with, things being stolen from you. It means your life is good right now, and appreciate all the things that you do have and all the things that you've been spared. All right. The third card for you is from Jamie Sam's Animal Medicine Cards deck. And it is the dog card. Look at that handsome fella. This is card number 14. And the dog, most people think of the dog as someone that can be very loyal. But one of the things, I'm going to take these 2 cards back here. One of the things about the dog, and I'm a dog person, so this resonates with me. I think about my dog. She's a member of the family. She's not just a dog. Yeah, she's spoiled. But she's a member of the family, and she likes to feel needed. And this kind of dog just looks like he wants to be needed. They want to be needed. Cats, they couldn't care less. You're my servant. Hey, human, you're my servant. But the dog, they like to feel needed, whether that's protecting the family, guarding the family, playing with the kids, eating the scraps, whatever they think their job is, they like to feel needed. So, putting it with these two cards, I was talking earlier about healing communication between two people. It could also be with just yourself, healing yourself and being content. But it's also feeling needed. Now, this is not to say that we need to have a codependent relationship. There's feeling needed and then there's codependence. It's two different things. But somebody here would really like to feel useful, needed. They don't want to feel like they're disposable. We all just want to feel loved, right? So we got healing, gratitude, and feeling needed. This is actually a really beautiful stack. And then with that amethyst heart on top of it for spiritual healing, emotional healing, physical healing. This is really beautiful. So if you chose stack number 2, that's the reading. And I wish you all the love and light on whatever it is that your question or issue or idea is, because this is really quite beautiful. So that's your reading for stack number 2. Okay, if you chose stack number 3, stack number 3 has this amazing Septarian, beautiful heart-shaped Septarian. So Septarian, this Septarian comes from around Utah. And this is mud right here. And this is the mineral deposits that are more kind of quartz. And so what happens is the mud and the minerals over many, 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 many thousands of years squeeze together and age, and they make these beautiful colors. It almost looks so beautiful you could eat it. It would hurt though, don't do that. So Septarian is also known as the dragon stone, and it is composed of multiple types of minerals and crystals, including calcite, aragonite, barite, chalcedony, limestone, and even pyrite. It can help stimulate the root chakra, and that's that base chakra which helps us with the safety, security, home, those base needs. It can help allow you to feel rooted in your physical body. It can help ground you. It can help provide energetic protection. It is said to be a teacher and ally for study, promoting deep appreciation for the creative forces of nature. It can help you with confidence should you need to speak in front of groups of people or do YouTube videos. Can affect how you share your knowledge with other people and how they receive the information. Physically, the Septarian can help alleviate pain and can assist in the treatment of gout and support cellular regeneration. So another really nice healing stone. And actually, right now, this one feels so good in my hand. I think I kind of want to hold it while I do the reading on stack number 3. So the first card for you is from the Doreen Virtue Archangel deck. And it is the 4 of Gabriel. The 4 is the foundation card. It doesn't matter what suit, but the 4 is all about a foundation. If you think about your house, there might be 4 corners on it. There's 4 tires on your car. There's 4 corners on the pyramid. So 4 is very solid. And it's really funny because in this picture, they're in kind of a gazebo thing with 6 columns. So I find that interesting, that, you know, and kind of amusing that this is the 4 and there's 6 in there. So this card says, time for a celebration. Abundant rewards for hard work. Release yourself from burdensome situations. Now, also, because I tell people to look at the pictures and see how it makes you feel, there's some stuff going on here. Here's Archangel Gabriel looking over this couple, and it's kind of like the happily ever after image, you know, from Disney. So this is all about something coming to fruition, something that you've been working on. Either it's already come to fruition or it's going to. Okay? Also, if it hasn't yet, talk to your guides and guardians and archangels and angels that work with the light and ask them to help it come to fruition. Look at how beautiful that is. Who wouldn't want that, like, happy ending thing? Your second card is from the Celtic Dragon deck by DJ Conway. And this is the 7 of Swords. Okay. So the 7 of Swords shows this man who obviously took these swords out of this chest back here. They're obviously not his because of his body language. He's taken them and he's walking away, or sneaking away, I should say. Now, what's also interesting is I look at the lighting. There's one sconce right here, and it looks like a face, almost like grimacing at him, like saying, oh, dude, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. But then you've got the lighting back here is actually not a wall sconce. It's 2 dragons. Can you see the dragons? I don't know how well you can see that. But it's 2 dragons breathing fire. One is pointing this way and one is pointing down to where the chest was. So it's almost like they are trying to illuminate what's going on here. They're trying to say, hey, whatever you're thinking about, cut it out. Excuse me. So if you're having negative thoughts about something, you've got this happily ever after thing going on, but are you focusing on the tiny little negative parts of it? Because if there's fears or worries, like, oh, do I deserve this? I don't know. Is this too good for me? You're focusing on that? Cut it out. Shine some light on your thoughts. Which one would you rather have? Well, I'd rather go with this one myself. But sometimes when something really good shows up, we start thinking, no, that can't be for me. Yeah, it is for you. And you are worthy. And you do deserve it. So stop worrying about this. Stop thinking maybe negative thoughts or taking something that isn't yours. But I feel like it's negative thoughts. Take your negative thoughts, stick them in that chest, close it and lock it. You don't need those negative thoughts. Because you got the happily ever after ending. The third card is from Jamie Sam's animal medicine cards. And your animal spirit today is the blue heron. And that is card number 45. Okay, let's look up what the blue heron says in the book. The blue heron is all about self-reflection. Heron medicine is the power of knowing the self by discovering its gifts and facing its challenges. It is the ability to accept all feelings and opinions without denying any emotion or thought. The heron flies over those who are unaware of who they are and where they belong in the world. Gently dropping a blue feather to them, the heron asks that they follow their intuition and begin the empowering journey of self-realization. So, because the blue heron appeared in this stack today and you chose this stack, the heron is urging you to dive into the watery world of your feelings to seek your truth. Your truth. Heron teaches you to develop your self-reflective skills so that you may come to know yourself in an intimate way. Heron asks that you examine yourself with a cold eye to see what you wish to improve and how you want to change. If you get stuck in the process, it may be a sign that you are being too hard or critical on yourself. I'm sure none of you are ever that way. I am not that way ever either. That was sarcasm. So for you that chose stack number 3, you've either got your happily ever after ending, or it's coming shortly. And you have to know that you're deserving of it. Stop worrying about all the negative thoughts and the worries and the fears. Because the blue heron is trying to show you who you really are, or trying to help you find out who you really are. And I'm telling you that you deserve all these good things. All good things. So take your happily ever after. It's right there. And if it's not right there now, it's coming very soon. Okay, so that's stack number 3. Thank you, everybody, for watching today's Pick a Stack Wednesday. I really appreciate it. I have a lot of fun doing these. I actually look forward to Wednesdays. It's not really a hump day anymore. Now it's Pick a Stack day, and I really enjoy that. If you do want a personal reading with me, please contact us either by phone, by text, messenger on Facebook, or just come on in. We'll set up a personal reading for you, and we can go from there. So I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. I hope you enjoyed this and your stack resonated with you. And by the way, it's okay if you choose more than one stack. I've had people ask me that. Sometimes more than one resonates with you. So have a wonderful rest of the day, and you'll be seeing me soon. Thank you and blessings.